Hello guys, Dr. Fix here. We have a lot to do today. Oh my gosh. Now, we got a Honda in the garage that shifts and snaps. And we got a motorbike that is looking so gorgeous. That is the problem this very power bike here got. Now, it doesn't end there. I can live with that. Now we got a ML 350 that kills compressed, and that is this guy over here. So now, which one should we start with? I think like the video say, let's start with a Honda, because a lot of you guys are pressed. I know a lot of you are schemers. You find it so hard to give a video a thumbs up even when it doesn't remove anything from you. You disregard the whole information we share on the internet space. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what? Anyways, I'm gonna leave you with your fate to do what you have to do just as it pleases you, right? But I want you to understand that whatever affects one person indirectly affects the other person. So you guys don't take into consideration how much we put on tools and rent and all that. A lot of you will yarn and rant like you are paid for it, you already paid for it, so you're supposed to give the information for free. Wow. Even doing the video job is a job of its own. That is why I don't put a lot of things on camera, because it's a different job of its own. I can just concentrate and do whatever I want to do without capturing it. But sharing information, at least you gotta show some appreciation. I know a lot of you guys are not within my my membership. You don't do super thanks. Maybe you are doing OnlyFans, but you're not doing super thanks. So without further ado, let's hit the road with this very Honda Accord. This probably should be 2008 model or 2010 model. So let me grab my scan tool. I got a key here. Then we go straight up into, okay, understanding why this car snapped and shift. That is what the owner says. I'm gonna pull this shit right here. You know what it does? It make waffles. And next, I want to put on the key on the ignition and take a look at what the instrument cluster is saying, which is this guy right here. Come on, baby, show your face. Frankenstein, Gibbons. Okay, here we go. It got a VSA and it disappeared. It got a check engine light, TPMS, and the fuel is relatively low. But that's not why the gear is hiccuping. It's having a mechanical spanner right there. So let me go and grab my scanner. Gibbons, where are you? So guys, now there are a lot of things which I'm looking out for, which I'm certain could be the main reason why this guy is having a problem. It could be possibly one of the Honda's terminal disease with a transmission system, but we're about to find out. Okay guys, now I got my tools on. You want to know, it's not cheap, it's expensive, it's pricey. This shit is pricey. So I'm gonna power it on. There you go. Okay, now grab the dongle here and locate that Frankenstein port. Gibbons. Oh my gosh, where the hell is the OBD port? Okay, look at it here. Suppose you're looking for it. So here we go. Now this guy is still booting on. Finally boot up. Ta-da! Now we gotta find out the fan is on. We're gonna disconnect that because we don't want the battery to run low before we finish this whole thing. So we wanna come over here. They have bypassed the fan. A lot of mechanics in Nigeria does that because most customers will not want to pay for a quality job. So one way or the other, wow, this seems like a very big job. I gotta disconnect it. It pause a little silent first. There you go, disconnected. Now, am I seeing any visible stuff here? The engine looked pretty much clean for an Nigerian car. So I want to check first. I want to get in my scan tool on. Here we go. With the ignition still on, I come over here. Okay, let me put my pin code on. Just keep watching. Okay, here we go. I hope you got my pin code. Now let's get the weight. This is Honda. This is the moment of the truth is coming. So we're gonna find out if this is 2010 model. There are many ways which we can actually track that on. It's loading. Wait for it. Okay, 16 pin. Most cars that we have in Nigeria come from United States of America or Canada. So okay, here we go. So we're gonna do system selection, transmission control module. Okay, we're in trouble code. Oh my gosh, there is no fucking code. No way, no way. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back and see why the engine electronics is having a check engine light. Maybe the engine can give us some little information about this very guy here. Read trouble codes. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is very pretty much dramatic. We have oxygen sensor problem. We have a malfunction cooling fan. I've already shown you guys those. We got voltage of the air conditioner, AC pressure low, well, current, and we have a heated bank 1 sensor 2. Have cooling system malfunction history. We have AC pressure sensor. That is all it got, but it says the gear erratically shift. So what could be this very problem? Now, since it doesn't have any error code that point out exactly what the problem is, what is the fix for this kind of problem? Now, as you guys might know, Honda got a terminal problem with a transmission issue, but it's pretty much better than that of Toyota 20 times. So what I'm about to do right now, no way. Okay, I don't want it to automatically lock. Some Toyota does that. Like I told you guys, this engine is pretty much cleaner than most Nigerians. Now let's look underneath the vehicle and see what we're gonna find, because right now there is no any information data from the computer to give us a headway why this transmission system snaps. So we go underneath a little bit and let's see. Definitely there's gonna be a transmission leak. Ta-da! And you guys can see there's a whole lot of party going down there. Oh man, crazy. So probably the transmission fluid is leaking. I don't know. So I'm gonna check it. Where the hell is the dipstick? Gibbons. Okay, here is the transmission dipstick. You know, the dipstick it's not like that of the mains dipstick, and I'm seeing some kind of bypass here. I don't know what it is for, but here there's a lot of dirt here, so I need to clean that shit up before I start to take the reading to avoid different problem going inside the system. Now I believe the guy who did this very job here, he did a bypass. The pressure switch is not good, in good condition. You can see that's something which my scanner is showing, and he decided to bypass it and give you the power direct using this very guy right here. Normally this is replacing this would have solved the problem. Okay guys, just a moment. Okay, we got it here. We're gonna clean this shit up, and wanna check exactly what is wrong. Cleaning it up. Hope you guys can see it. Okay. Okay, the cap has fallen off from here, but now I want to check. Let me see. Oh my goodness me, I am not surprised. Seems like the transmission fluid just seemed to be too low. One way to find out, gotta clean it. Now a lot of you are gonna say, oh, that's too dirty. That's the business, buddy. I'm doing with what I'm seeing right here right now. Wanna check it again. Okay, let's take a look at it. Well, yeah, just like I thought, the transmission fluid is completely dried up. I wonder why this transmission fluid is still shifting. So that's the problem, guys, why it's making erratic shifting when there is no error code. Now that you guys know exactly how to fix Honda that shifts erratically, subscribe, give a thumbs